Hey guys, another video from the Anti-Nerd here, and today I'm gonna show and review the Spider-Man from Marvel Legends series Secret Wars. This new retro wave that we've been getting, which I already gonna say I will defend this figure over the retro Spider-Man one. Here's the package. I think this Spider-Man comes with more accessories and he's more slim and thin and he's pinless. There's the entire wave. You already know there's a lot of reviews out there. So this Spider-Man uses the Amazing Fantasy body mode, which was released in 2022, which I think it's a great Spider-Man mode. And it's weird that people are criticizing already because, come on, Hasbro took so many years to nail a Spider-Man body mode that was pinless, that was super articulated, that felt good moving because the plastic is so soft. It's a nice plastic. I prefer a lot those new body modes than the old ones. But I understand the frustration of spending money on those old ones, especially if you paid after market price. But this one, I feel like Hasbro made a lot of copies because I've been seeing them around the stores. Amazon had more than one restock now. And as I said, I think for the retail price, it does come more with what you pay for it rather than the retro one, which is a great figure. Don't get me wrong, the retro one was great. But this Spider-Man is a little more skinnier and short, which I feel like is very appropriate because this appearance here of Spider-Man symbiote is from the Secret Wars, which it is the first appearance of Spider-Man. So I feel like it's a more powerful release. It does come with the complete basic Spider-Man handset, which is the fisting, the flipping / web hands, and the crawling hand, which particularly this crawling hand looks great. And this shield also does a reference to the Mattel one from the 80s. Very cool, very retro, the Peter Parker there from the 80s. And comes with the extra head, which the retro one does not come. So that particular accessory, I feel like it's worth it because it has like those mad eyes, a little angry Spider-Man squinting, right? And as I said, the articulation of this body mode is really good. The plastic feels very much soft, a little bit rubberish, if you can say. Some people don't like it. The retro one definitely does feel like more hard. I really like how they nailed the painting on the spider in the back with the butterfly joints, and this ball joint torso also really good. Some Spider-Man figures do not have that. They only have the ab crunch like the Superior Spider-Man. And I don't have much complaints about this articulation because I feel like you can reach amazing poses pretty quickly. My only complaint is that mine came with a very hard joints on the legs and arms especially. So I don't know about quality control if those $25 ones, they have a less control over the quality because as I'm gonna show later, the Daredevil, for example, the Renew Your Vows body, sometimes those feel a little more soft. I don't know why, if the quality control is a little better when they are Pulse exclusives or something like that. But anyway, here's the Spider-Man doing some amazing pose with his angry head and his fisting hand and his web hand, the flipping hand, right? So as you can see, he can reach pretty amazing poses pretty quickly. So why, Hasbro? Why did it take so long for you to nail this articulation of Spider-Man? The figures have improved so much over the last 5 years since pandemic, since the first Spider-Man retro wave, which I feel like it's a very much of a game changer by now, right? So this is the only stand I had. A friend from work gave it to me as a gift with a LeBron James figure. So I think it looks great on Spider-Man because he can jump and do this flipping hand posing like he's throwing some webs. So as I said, this one is a retro wave that does not reference a Toy Biz wave, which I feel like it's pretty unique at this point because they're referencing Mattel, and that's great because Spider-Man symbiote suit actually came on that Secret War story. I would also like to show my Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics from Wave 1 of Spider-Man Classics, which is a big landmark on the 6-inch figures. And I feel like Hasbro took a long while to reach a level of quality that it's not that those Toy Biz are better than the current Hasbro Marvel Legends. I don't think they are, but if you consider how much Toy Biz evolved in the 90s into the early 2000s, because this figure is like from 2001. So I feel like it took them just a few years to really nail and improve the 6-inch figures. But this Spider-Man Marvel Legends series Secret War Spider-Man is great. I definitely support the idea of him being the best symbiote so far. And he's on retail as I speak right now. This is February of 2025. Officially, it's a figure released in 2025, although I did grab mine last year after Target released that. And I do want to compare a little bit with Spider-Man Retro right here. Spider-Man Retro is great. He's a little taller. The plastic feels, as I said, a little harder than this rubbish one from the Secret Wars Amazing Fantasy body mold. But the articulation is really a game changer, I would say, for Spider-Man, because before that one, we didn't have the ball joint on most Spider-Man figures. Spider-Man Pizza doesn't have one. And the plastic on this one's pretty neat, like smooth joints. This one came for a great price, $20. Come on, 2020. That's an amazing. Marvel Legends is going through some inflation, right? We all know what I'm talking about. But I think for $25, you do get what you pay for on the symbiote, which by now, as I notice, is the most hot figure of the wave. It's always the one that's sold out. I would say, though, that Captain America is the best figure of the wave. But Spider-Man is definitely right with it. And this is the Renew Vowels body mode. I do not have the Renew Vowels, but as I was told, it uses the same body mode. It's pinless. And also is the same body mode for the cel-shaded VHS 2-pack with Carnage of the symbiote that has that blue cel shading, which I don't know if I'm a big fan. But it's definitely an improvement over the retro one. They included the toe articulation. And mine is not super smooth. It's a little harder still, but it does move pretty well. You can reach some crazy poses with that one. Let me know in the comment section if you think that the ab crunch should go a little more than the retro one. It feels a little bit like that. And as I said, I do seem to think that the quality control on the 2-pack figures or the ones that are more deluxe, it seems a little better because I never find this problem of tightness in the joints as I find in the $25 figures. So let me know what you think about that, because this Daredevil here, one of the best Marvel Legends I have in my opinion. Sorry for those that are not cel-shaded fans, but I do think that this one reminds me a lot of Frank Miller's Daredevil, but the joints on this one are way more smoother. Like, it just moves so well, this figure. You can reach amazing poses with it. And I know it's supposed to be the same body mode as the Renew Your Vows, but when I grab this figure compared to the Ben Reilly right there, I don't know, it just feels a little different. I don't know. The thing with his leg there, I don't think they wanted to break the line of the cel shading, in his down part of the leg, but I do feel like this figure is pretty neat. Comes with a lot of shit, like a lot of hands and the extra head. And also, let's put the Secret War Spider-Man together with VHS pack Spider-Man. This one comes with the Sunfire body mode, which by now some people don't like it because it doesn't have the ball joint, but it's still a great Spider-Man. It does feel a little rubbish as this Amazing Fantasy body mode. I don't get the hole in the back, but you know, maybe you can attach some shit that I don't know. It also does the continuation of the lines there with the butterfly joints, which I think it's great. And this one does have some pretty smooth joints, but hey, he came in a VHS $50 pack, so what's the deal with that? Maybe if he was 25, wouldn't be the same. Let me know what you think about that. As you know, I switched my head here to the Ben Riley one. I do feel like it looks great. It looks very late 90s, kind of like Marky Bagley Spider-Man. So there's the new Agent Venom from the last retro wave. Great figure. This one is super hard, guys. Mine came with super hard joints. I do not know what's the deal with that. Sometimes I put a hot hair dryer on it and it helps. But you know, I didn't do it with this figure yet. But those look pretty solid together. Last Stand Spider-Man. I do feel like this is an underrated figure. Check my review, put the subtitles on. I know it doesn't have the app crunch or whatever, but you know, it's about aesthetics. This one's neat, guys. It's neat, it's pinless. You cannot tell that's quite like a toy, like a figure. You don't see any pins, which I feel like is such an achievement. And they do compensate the lack of torso ab crunch with his wrist articulation, which is pretty good, and the neck articulation, which let me know in the comment section if you think that they are reusing that on the Maximum Spider-Man, because that neck seems exactly the same, but the Maximum seems painted. So you know, let's see how the Maximum feels. I'm very curious about how this premium quality will feel, because this one, you know, doesn't feel cheap. It definitely feels like a little rubbish, as I said, but you can reach amazing poses with that. I'm really curious about the Maximum Spider-Man at this point. And, you know, don't pay the aftermarket price for the retro symbiote. $50, guys. I don't think it's worth it. Is if you can get the Secret Wars one, because the Toy Biz ones, the retro ones, they reference the animated series. This one actually references the source material, the Secret Wars storyline, the big crossover that changed comic book history. And the Mattel line did change a lot the toy action figure industry, because, you know, that's when they start to sell superhero in action figures like, you know, like water. Come on, guys, this is a pretty solid pose. And this shield here, I feel like it's a great throwback. You can also switch, you know, to the 40-year anniversary Secret Wars. I don't know, just call me fanboy, but if you don't have a figure, which, man, come on, you have to analyze. Some people don't have the figure. They want to see the reviews, so if they know if it's worth it. And then comes a 40-year-old that spent already $1,000 on symbionts for the past 10 years. So, you know, it's very relative, because if you don't have a symbiote for $25, this one is amazing. You don't need another one. And the cell shading one is becoming too pricey for me, you know. I don't think that the retro ones are worth it at this point. This one, they made a lot of copies. They're getting restocked all the time on Amazon, and it's still on a lot of stores. So there's the full wave. Come on, 4 main superheroes. That's one of the greatest waves of all times. Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America, and Spider-Man, and 2 villains. I think that this wave, you know, might bring new collectors into the game. And it does come with more things than the retro one. Don't chase overpriced old figures, because they're releasing a lot of new symbiote ones. There's this new one, and there's the Gameverse one, which for some people that might work better. I don't know. Also, this one from the Toy Biz, it's not so overpriced on eBay as far as I know. I think I paid like $30. So, guys, Toy Biz nailed with the comic book and the stand right. Why, Hasbro? Why would you not put a comic book inside the packaging? I like the idea of the mini comic book, but, you know, I actually prefer a real comic book. Maybe a different comic book, like just put more Marvel Legends index instead of some regular ads. How about this stand, guys? It's beautiful. It's some work of art. This cost like $10 back in the day, so it's pretty crazy, huh? 6-inch Spider-Man. It changed the game. And this one, yeah, I have one to keep it sealed. And I do have the McFarlane one from this wave one. I also have the Venom. I don't have the mutant spider guy there, the man spider. But I'm gonna show my sealed Spider-Man McFarlane on the Maximum Review series, which I hope it releases a little sooner than May. So that's it, guys. Another review from the Anti-Nerd here. I hope you enjoyed it. This Spider-Man is pretty solid. Just check it out. You know, if you don't have one, definitely try this one. For those that prefer the Buffy Spider-Man, more muscular, I don't know. I prefer this for the symbiote. It just matches so well, and this extra head's pretty cool. You know. So check my channel, you know, subscribe, keep it on, because there will be tons of reviews and deep, in-depth analysis of Marvel Legends and Marvel comic book reviews also. So, you know, stay tuned to 2025 here with the Anti-Nerd. See you later, guys.